What's up, everybody? It's VG Infection here, and today I've been getting a lot of questions about what settings we run, what sensitivities we run, and everything like that. So I'm going to take just a couple minutes here to go through what settings I'm running. Obviously, I'm just chilling here in base. So I did start turning my sensitivity up a little bit. It's still slow. I know it is, guys. I'm a grandpa. You know, make fun of me all you want, but it is slow. I'll admit it. But when I go into my controller layout, or not controller layout, when you go to options, go to controls, vibration intensity, I just keep at 50%. I don't really mind it. Then when you get down to here, so I keep my camera sensitivity up, and then I turn my camera sensitivity aiming down. And basically what that does is your camera sensitivity is this. This is just your camera sensitivity right here. Your aiming sensitivity is obviously when you're aiming. So when I aim in, I don't like as sensitive of movement. I like it to slow down a little bit, and I feel like it just makes it easier to acquire my targets. Now that's just me personally, but like I said, when I aim in, I like it a little bit slower. So moving on to the next one, if you go to options and you go to game, I don't think I've changed anything in here at the moment. Like I said, we've been messing around with a lot of these settings, trying to figure out how we like it, but I don't think I've messed with anything in here. But you can double check and make sure this looks like yours. In controls, I didn't mess with the sensitivity sprinting. I didn't mess with that. The vertical sensitivity I just left at 50. And none of this I don't think I messed with. I don't think I messed with any of this right now. On my HUD visibility is full. My HUD scale and HUD opacity are how they were, and these were both off. I just turned the inventory indicator on, which basically it tracks how full your inventory is. So that way I just know before I enter stuff kind of how full my inventory is. I don't know. I just like it personally. And then when we go to audio, I turned in-game music to 0%, and this is really big because the in-game music in this is quite loud and it plays quite often as well. And if you're in fights or times where you need to be quiet, it can definitely prohibit your ability to hear things. So you want to keep that at 0. All this 100%. Menu music I just turned down to 50, and that's only while you're in the menu on the home screen. And then nothing else in here that I messed with. And then when you come to graphics, I turned screen effects off, and this is huge, and I don't know why, but we did this in our group, and it makes a huge difference. So when you turn it on, you can see everything kind of start to get a little bit blurrier. And then when you turn it off, like what I mean blurrier, it's not like super blurry, but like the textures just kind of like mesh together, and I don't know why. It's better seen if you go outside. I'll show you outside because it's a lot easier to tell on the trees. But when you flip the screen effects off, the game just runs better. And I don't know why it does, but it does. Like, we even had to change our sensitivities after we flipped that because it makes that big of a difference on how the game plays. So like when we're outside here, just looking up like this, when you turn your screen effects off, look. Did you guys see that? Everything looks so much better now. And the input feels more smooth. There's not as much input lag or input delay. The input feels a lot more smooth. So that is a huge thing that we didn't even realize at first until we were messing around with these things. And then sharpening, obviously you keep that on if you want better looking environments, and since we're posting YouTube videos, we definitely do. It does, if you turn it off, it may run a little bit smoother and a little bit better, but I play on an Xbox One X and it runs it fine, so I just leave it on. You leave this on, it creates more focus on the center of your TV, so I definitely like that on. Field of view on the Xbox One X anyway only lets me go up to 90, so I go to 90. Always turn your motion blur off on any game that has like fast-paced shooting or anything like that, because motion blur just can really screw up the input when you're aiming down. If you have motion blur, it just adds a lot more stress. So I leave it off because everything looks clear consistently that way. There's no change in anything when you're moving. And then I think finally there was one other thing. Let me look here. Oh, brightness. I keep brightness at 1.4. A lot of my people that I play with here run it at 2, and I just feel like during day that's a little bit too much, and I'm not going to sit here and constantly switch it day and night. So I found a happy medium was 1.4 for me, because at night when you're outside you can still see fine. In the bases it's a bit dark, but you're in the base, so who cares? Okay, I'm getting lit up. I should probably take this back inside. Or, you know, I just get shot by the helicopter. But anyways, those are all the settings that we've been running on Console Edition Rust. As always, if you guys enjoyed this input, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.